Welcome to Spotlight Gulf Coast, a weekly showcase of people and events across South Mississippi. Sponsored by the IP Casino Resort and Spa, Mississippi Power Company, Gulf Sales and Supply, and Butch Osterlet Autoplex.
Hi everyone, this is Todd Trenchard, Executive Director of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi, welcoming you to another segment of Spotlight Gulf Coast, right here on WXXV. Each week we're coming into your living room talking about what's going on all across our region, and we want to thank our sponsors for this generous opportunity. Today we're joined by Miss Adrian Holland, the owner of House of Tux, and I know that there's a little bit longer name, but I'm going to let you expound on that, and thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I have the Bridal and Formal Boutique in House of Tux in Gulfport on Pass Road.
That's a tongue twister, but
It is.
I do know that it's probably the place to go. When I walked in, I mean, I saw all these tuxedos, and I was not familiar with the store. But I quickly found out how professionalized it was, how easy it was, you know, to get a formal. Last year, I'm not sure what I wore. It was a white dinner jacket.
It was.
But you had such a selection and even different types of shirts and quite a setup you have in there. So today we're going to talk a little bit about that. And I want to start because I guess these are two of the, dresses that you would have in the store.
They are. So we inventory right around 500 to 700 gowns in the store at one time.
Wow.
This is from one of my favorite designers, Ashley Loren. So we brought a beaded strapless formal here, and then we also brought a denim dress with ostrich feathers.
So you do a lot of, I'm sure, of course, Mardi Gras being so big here on the coast. I mean, I'm sure that a lot of the ladies are already looking to see what you would carry. And I go to those type events, and then you go out in the springtime, you see a lot of the, spring formals, obviously for the kids. Guys, I would assume, they're coming up their last second, like, oh, I need to have something to wear.
All the time.
And they come in just spur of the moment. And so it takes, you got to have things on hand. And
we do. We stock shirts, bow ties, suspenders, all of those things in-house so that you can pop by and just grab those. And then the tuxedos we actually order in. We do keep some in-house if you need something last minute. But for the most part, we like 2 weeks advance notice.
There was a lot of, I call them for guys, especially items like cummerbunds and ties, just things that you wouldn't normally see anywhere.
Right.
You probably just have them on hand there. But you can, I didn't realize it, you could also, if you rent something, purchase it if that's what you wanted.
Correct. So we don't just rent, we also do purchases as well. We do keep all of the accessories in stock, but if you want to do a purchase outfit, I do recommend around a month leadway on that.
Okay. And again, we were talking before we went on the air, you have about a dozen employees this time of year. Does it get larger as you get closer to Mardi Gras? And,
it does.
The store has been, you said, on Pass Road since 1984?
That's correct.
Wow. That's
a long time.
That's a very long time. And probably would make it one of the older stores that we have. We were talking about some of the others that people may know about that have been there as long, but you've been a part of Renaissance Runway every year now, and
Yes,
I think
sir.
we're in about year 7. And what started off as a very small endeavor, it was Kimberly Rasmussen. I remember it like it was yesterday. Kimberly Cox probably called you on the phone because she knew
did.
you. And she was telling me about this, and I said, this is never going to work. Here we are 7 years later. It's becoming a really fun event.
It is.
I know last year sort of took it to another whole level, and no telling this year is going to be a lot larger, going to the Biloxi Civic Center. But it does take, I guess, some communication between you and the models, and that's what we try to stress.
Right.
Don't wait to the last second.
They've got it figured out, though. They're very thorough, very organized. So,
well,
it's
hopefully it's coming off well, and having Wanda Gatlin certainly has helped us.
Absolutely.
Because she knows a lot of what y'all are expecting, and try to convey that. Now, you said something. How many dresses do y'all have on?
We keep between 500 to 700 at a time.
Wow. And I mean, they stay there. Do you rotate them?
They do. They do. We get new inventory daily, and then it'll go up to around 1,000 gowns in January, but that doesn't stay because we sell and we replenish and things like that.
So it changes with the seasons.
It does.
And what people will come in and rent, which makes sense. Now, for guys, is the black tux still the standard if you're going to rent something?
It's actually not.
No.
It's not. We rent a lot of gray and a lot of blue.
So things are changing.
They are.
I have a picture of me at Tulane back in the 70s, and I had a powder blue tuxedo with ruffles, you know, I mean, real ruffles. You remember them with the big, you know, it was almost like a velvet bow.
It probably was velvet.
And it might come back. That might be the new style. And it seems like a lot of times styles go back to where they were years and years ago. The white dinner jacket that I wore, of course, everybody is James Bond.
Right.
And that's probably going to always be a classic look. And I told Wanda she was crazy. That's all I heard all night. Where did you get the white dinner jacket? So it's good that, to know that you have that selection on hand. Now, we're going to be talking with Wendy in just a minute, who owns another boutique here locally. Y'all seem to be very good friends, and so y'all communicate with each other and work
we
together.
We shop at each other's boutiques, so
well, that's sort of neat. That
it is.
Y'all deal a lot with the same, not vendors or the people that
I would say we have the
supply.
same clientele. We just offer different selections.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, I don't shop at one store. I'm going to go around and find something that works for me, and I'm sure that y'all are able to communicate. If you don't have it, they'd suggest to go over here. What are your hours of operation?
Monday through Friday, 10 to 5:30. Saturdays, 10 to 4.
Okay. And one of the other things that was I found so convenient was you didn't have to rent it like Thursday and bring it back Friday morning.
No, sir. It's a weekend rental.
Yeah. And that does make, because a lot of times when you're going out at night, it's a late night. You don't want to have to get up the next day. And
that's right.
Now, the young lady that was working in the back that measured, she was so good and so friendly.
You.
And I think you probably instill that in all your employees.
We certainly try to.
I think we were talking before I came on in the other room. I said the thing that stood out the most, I was in there and I was listening to the music and I was like, well, this is church music. Why do you play church music?
Oh, Christian music just keeps me calm during the day in such a hectic environment. We're always go and so busy. So we just really enjoy it, and it keeps our employees in a good mood.
Keeps them in a good mood.
It does.
And well, it's a very elegant store. It's a clean store. It is definitely something I would recommend to anyone. Being from over in Jackson County, to come over here and know that we have this in our backyard. I've told a lot of people over there. So we're going to take a short commercial break. We'll have you back in just another segment. So don't touch that remote. We're going to be right back. Welcome back, everyone. We're now joined by Wendy Feiger, owner of Gabrielle's, and thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I was privileged to go into your boutique, I guess it was a couple weeks ago, and got this beautiful windbreaker.
Love it.
And, you know, I remember this last year in the fashion show because one of my idols and heroes, Mickey D'Angelo.
He modeled it for us.
He actually even did some push-ups in it.
He did.
With Rachel. And we had a fun time with that last year. And I know that Wanda was, you know, just telling me all about your store. She raves about it, raves about you. She just loves Gabrielle's. And so was able to make it over there. And I'm not the most knowledgeable of boutiques and things, but I go around. It's a very, very interesting store. I found out you do carry men. So tell us a little bit about it.
We do. So I started Gabrielle's 20 years ago. Last year, we expanded. I joke I should have been retiring, and here I expanded. So I like to call it a luxury lifestyle store. We're pretty much a department store, but boutique styles.
Right.
We have everything from children to home to gourmet to men's to women's.
So, again, I know we have the little shoes here. Of course, it caught my eye. How could it not? You go over and you'll see them even as small as this. And we were joking about, I just bought a baby bulldog that probably weighed like 8 pounds and it could have fit his little feet in there.
Right.
But these are obviously a big seller.
They are. It's a big fashion right now.
That's right now you have, I guess, what are the ages? Or there should be a general age probably.
They are. So these are all toddler sizes. They're just variations that we brought with us. But we start at newborn in different styles and go up, but these would be toddlers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And y'all had a lot of accessories. I remember going around the store. There was just different things. It really is, like you said, a complete, I guess, fashion assortment. And I understand that you've brought with you a model today. And
I have. Anna's here with us today. She's my director of marketing at Gabrielle's.
And that's important to have, I guess, for a boutique. You're able to, I guess, photograph and...
Yes, social media is really big these days in business, but everything that is in our store is also on our website. Mm-hmm. So Anna's in charge of all of that.
Now today she is here in our studio and she's actually modeling some clothing. What is she wearing?
She has a new trend on from one of our favorite designers. Floral is really big this season. She's got luxe faux leather shorts on, which is great for our climate because as much as we want to be dressed in fall trends, it's still 100 degrees here. So transitions well into fall.
And when you say that you have models, you would have, when new clothing comes in, you put it on social media. Like I said, what is it on social media?
It's a daily job. It goes on Instagram, Facebook, the website. Yes.
Now, do you reach out into the community and have other models that come in? And
we have a lot of high school girls. I have a group called the Trendsetters. We'll call them in from time to time to do photo shoots. And then we have staff members as well.
That's very smart, actually, business, because they'll go back and tell their friends.
Right.
And, I know I have some of the girls at Resurrection that have, done this where they'll go and model things, and sure enough, the next day they're coming into the office and
they're a natural at it. Yes. Yeah.
That's like I said, you become very innovative. The business at hand, we're going to be talking a little bit with Adrian on the next segment. Do you see changes that are happening in, I guess the real world that's making some things an opportunity, some things are...
I do. I feel like the pandemic really helped us come back together as a community and people shopping small, supporting small businesses, networking together. I see a lot of in-store shopping now versus online.
Right.
I do. I think it's a support for community.
Wanda, I think, again, was talking about your boutique a lot last year. And I remember last year y'all even bought a table.
Yes.
And that stood out in my mind. And it was such a great place to come together where you have a lot of your community leaders and but that really did stand out.
Yes.
And I think I was telling a lot of people, that's a business that really...
Well, small businesses would not survive without the community, and that I know and believe in, and so I give back as much as we receive.
I think it's important that we have these type events where we're raising monies, but we're putting it back into the community. And this really is. It's a night of philanthropy. We're going to have 15 to 16 nonprofits raising money, having a raffle that raises scholarships, and you're bringing community faces along with local businesses. It's a win-win-win.
All for a good cause, absolutely.
And,
yes.
And I'm really happy that we're able to have that much communication because you couldn't do this anywhere.
Right. We're very honored and proud to be part of it. So thank you.
Now, most of the clothing lines that you get, how do you decide where you're, do they approach you? You approach them?
We go to market, and that's where you find new lines coming in. But after being in business for 20 years, a lot of times you have people come into you with new lines. Also, our college kids will go off and they'll come back and, Miss Wendy, have you seen this line yet?
Oh, yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah, kind of from all sources it comes together. But we have to
it's
keep
not
our
just
eyes open.
here locally in the state, even New Orleans. You're going, when you say
Yes.
market.
I just got back from Atlanta on Saturday. We'll go to New York in September. There's shows in in Vegas, LA, and Dallas. So,
do we see things down here that are we behind?
I don't think we're behind. We're a mix. I think we're a mix of New York, a mix of LA because of our climate. And then right now, Dallas is strong here because everyone's wanting like all the colors and the gemstones. And, you know, in the South, we want flashy, we want big.
Right.
So it's kind of a mix of, I think we have our own style here, which makes us unique.
Now, of course, House of Tux being on Pass Road, explain where your business is.
Hawkesbury Road in Biloxi. So right off the Cedar Lake exit. We're next to Tailgaters.
That's it?
Yes.
That's what I say, Tailgaters.
Right next to Tailgaters,
Tailgaters.
yes.
And
Yep.
That is a very nice shopping center right there.
Thank you.
And I've driven that 1,000 times. And like I said, I'm probably clueless because I look up
Popping
and
in the boutiques.
there you are right
Yes.
next to Tailgaters. We used to have a Tailgaters over in Moss Point a long time ago. But I actually had lunch there, came over and walked away with a little gem of a prize, getting that windbreaker. And,
Yes.
We've got about a minute left.
Okay.
If somebody wanted some information, do you have a website? Do you use
We
Facebook?
do. It's shopgabrielles.com.
Mm-hmm.
And then Facebook and Instagram is Gabrielle's Biloxi.
Okay. And you do, when you say that you use Instagram, you're posting pretty much every day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't move because we're going to come back.
All right.
We're going to take a short commercial break and we'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. My name is Amanda Ray, the new Community Relations Director with the Baker McCarty Foundation. I'm so excited to be here for our last segment of the show. We have our two beautiful ladies from our boutiques here joining us today. I'm so excited to hear all the wonderful things that you guys are doing for the community, and I'm so excited that you all will be helping again with the fashion show this year.
Yes.
It's very exciting.
Thank you.
So we've got these beautiful dresses. They look lovely. Tell me a little bit of what y'all are anticipating putting in the fashion show this year. What kind of clothing?
I like to do a mix between cocktails and formals for the ladies. Love to do some really bright jewelry and different things to mix it up just so it stands out on stage. And then for the guys, I love to do different jackets and things, not so much traditional, just to liven the fun up and, you know, make it a good time.
Absolutely, like John Carter's jacket. That was one of the best. I love all of the different tuxedos and fashion that we get to see in the show. So I'm very excited about seeing what you guys bring to the table. What about you? What are you thinking about this year?
Well, we do everything from athleisure wear to like date night. So we like to give it an assortment. Everyone can see what we offer. And a lot of times it depends on the model when they come in. We want them to be comfortable in what they're wearing and feel good. And so it kind of, depending on what their demeanor is and lifestyle, kind of start there and go.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit. I loved hearing you guys talk about coming together as a community and helping each other out as boutique owners. So tell me a little bit of some other ways that you help out the community and come together for our local coast.
I love to sponsor, you know, the school's baseball teams and cheerleaders and all of the sports and things that the kids actually go out and need ads purchased for, and that the football programs and things like that.
Wonderful. What about you?
Yeah. So at Gabrielle's, we sponsor a group called the Gabrielle's Trendsetters, and they're juniors and seniors from the high school. And throughout the year, each year they pick a charity and we raise money, and it's all to give back to the community. So we sponsor that group.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, we're so excited to have you guys participate in Renaissance of the Runway this year again, September 22nd, Biloxi Civic Center. The fashion show is one of our biggest fundraisers of the year. All proceeds go towards scholarships for Harrison and Jackson County. So it's so wonderful to come together as a community for a night of fun, fashion, and giving. So tell me just a little bit more about your boutiques, kind of what you guys specialize in. I know formal, tux, I know kind of the boutique department store.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about what your favorite part of being a boutique owner is and what your favorite specialization is, I guess I should say.
I love making women feel beautiful in the dresses that they choose to wear for these special events. We don't always get to dress up, and we certainly generally, you know, want our wedding dress to be that spectacular dress that we've always thought about. So I just love helping women find, you know, their gown that they've always wanted.
I love that.
I agree. I think it's the relationships, coming in, connecting with them. You watch their kids grow up and you dress them through the years, and then they become, parents and so on and so forth. So it's definitely the relationships that you build in the experiences.
I love that. I know people, it's not only a clothing boutique, but people, when they put on a new outfit, they feel beautiful,
right.
Boosts their confidence,
right.
It just really, it's a wonderful, wonderful.
And Adrian, I'm sure, can vouch for this too. Being local and knowing your customers, they don't necessarily always have to have something new. They can come in and say, oh, well, remember you bought that top last month. Here's new shorts that'll go with it, and you can change it up and so on and so forth. So
absolutely, that's so great. Well, tell me, from last year's event, what was your favorite part of the fashion show? From modeling, pairing the models with the clothes, the actual event, what did you guys enjoy the most about the event?
I got to meet new people last year, people that I had not, helped dress before. So that was really great for me. And then, they also got to see what we had to offer at the store. So it was just overall a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a great experience, from the silent auction all the way through watching the models have fun on stage and networking afterwards and meeting new people. It was a great experience. And it sold out last year, correct?
Oh, yeah.
I remember people at the last minute trying to get tickets and not being available.
Right. We're almost sold out again this year.
Awesome.
But it is so wonderful to see so many community leaders and so many organizations come together for one night in a room, all to give back to the community.
Yes.
So it's a great event, and we're so grateful for y'all's participation.
Absolutely.
So is there anything fun and exciting that you guys might be planning for this year? Maybe for some clothes, any kind of difference, or anything you can think of?
I know we've got some new special cocktail dresses in, so I'm hoping that we can get some people to go outside of their box and wear some of those things.
It'll be a surprise.
It'll be a surprise. Perfect.
Surprise to me too, I'm sure.
I know we've talked about all kinds of different things that we could. I can't talk about too much because I don't want to ruin any fun, but we've talked about kids' fashion shows and things like that. I know that's something I loved when I came in the store, seeing the little shoes and the little kid outfits, the little toddler outfits. I've got 4-year-old twins, so I was in heaven whenever
they need to be in the show.
I know. It could happen. It could happen.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Okay.
Thank you, ladies, so much for coming on the show today. I really enjoyed having you on the show. We're going to go ahead and end the show today. We're going to have some highlights from our previous fashion show, Renaissance of the Runway. Join us next week on another episode of Spotlight Gulf Coast. This is Amanda Ray. Bye-bye.